And we are here. Okay, cool. Welcome everybody. Welcome back. Um, Engineering Elevated on my YouTube. That's what screen name. I will be dropping a couple of links in my description. But I want to get straight into it because it's been a hell of a long day. Had class today. I sent out a couple of proposals for a few projects, and yeah, I was pretty much doing a little bit of running around today. I'm sure no one actually cares about that, but I just had to give you all a rundown of where I'm at. And I also apologize because there's not really that much light, and I'm not letting you know I'm not trying to do some secretive like guy, he's a spy, he's an engineer, he's a spy, some Edward Snowden type. Nah, man, just basically I'm a grad student and I'm too cheap to get some good lighting. I did order some lamps. Hopefully they'll be here in the next couple of days. You know, Amazon be here like, you know, knocking on your door. I ordered, they knocking on your door like 2 minutes later, like, yo, what's good? You still want that? Yeah. So, anyways, welcome to my channel. I apologize again too. I'm going to be looking up a little bit. Those are my notes I'm going to be using today. But I wanted to talk on a few different subjects. The first one being about it kind of goes hand in hand with the entrepreneur game, but also, excuse me while I adjust my camera. But also, it's just in a life thing, and that's really gets me into like once you're in entrepreneurship, I didn't believe this shit was gonna happen, but it's happened. But you start losing friends and family, and it's kind of surprising because you're just like, you know, I'm not doing anything any different. I'm just, not trying to be on that 9 to 5 game like everybody else is. And initially, when you tell people that, people are just like, oh, you know, oh, why would you do that? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you get to a point where it's like, you get to a point where it's, I don't know, it's cool, but it's a little disheartening because you're just like, wait a second, when I was cool, when I was like struggling or whatnot, we was cool. But now that I start striving out on my own and doing my own thing, all of a sudden I ain't shit. All of a sudden I'm a sellout. So that's just my point. Like you can't really worry too much about what other people talk about. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I'm not the type to just give out life lessons and all this other BS. But understand that when you start like doing stuff, hell, my business I'm starting could fail tomorrow. In fact, is if you look at the studies, just any business you start, any small business you start, is more likely to fail. So it's just interesting that how that changes. But fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck them. So, anyways, that brings me to my next one. Although I don't recommend this, it's what I'm doing. But as you all know, I'm in grad school, engineering school. University of Miami is my school. I love it. I think it's a good program. It's definitely challenging. But I'm also starting a business at the same time. And yes, that is difficult. And that's what another reason you'll find that I've started this channel because I want to give people the real about what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, because we always see people saying, oh, you start your own business, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, blah, blah, blah. The truth is, like, it's really hard. And it's actually a lot harder now than it was in the past to start your own business because it costs so much money. And I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, my focus is software engineering, big data scientist, application and analysis, and video game design. Woo, shit. Okay, well, so yeah, that's my focus, man. But along with school, this is a challenge, man. I wouldn't recommend most people do it this way, but also you need to consider that I'm in a position where school is probably the best place for me to start a business, because when you're in school, for those who don't know, you make it to a certain level. School is all on you, so how you do is largely dependent upon you, right? But it is a lot of work. But you also have to understand that you have to find a balance between studying and working. I mean, everyone has to find this balance who does school and work, but when you're in your business, even more. So you have to find those balances. Plus, you got to have some type of life in between it. So, I mean, I made it no secret that I love martial arts. I've been doing it for a little while now, but I mean, that's just part of who I am. Going to the gym and fitness is it's part of who I am. But you got to find that balance, and frankly, it could be a little tough. Okay. Tonight, I do also want to point out tonight. I'm segueing here a little bit. I'm gonna talk about politics a little bit, but not that much, because I don't want my page to be the political page. Although I do talk about politics because it is a part of my life. The same reason I talk about race, because it is a part of my life every day. Gender is a part of my life every day. Playing this game, is a part of my life. So I do want to talk about it because I was actually going down the Joe Biden foreign policy plan. I read the whole thing last night again, just to make sure. And yeah, I'll leave that for next show. Just know that it's not really going to surprise you, but it's more than likely going to validate, or anyone who pays attention to these types of things, when I say these types of things, it's going to validate what I've been saying in previous videos about the Democratic Party, the Black agenda or lack thereof, the Republican Party, Black agenda or lack thereof. What I want to do for my next one is kind of just go through his foreign policy. Like, I want to just have maybe a half hour broadcast where I just well, technically it's not a broadcast because I won't be streaming it, but I just want to just go through and just show people no, this is what they're saying they're going to do. Just go through the policy. This is what the media does. They go through the policy and then they ask the politician about, well, you said this and this and that. So I just want to go through this so that way anybody watching my shit can't say, oh, you're just one of those guys with conspiracy theories. Anyone who knows anything about my past knows that, yeah, I do dabble in conspiracy theories. But are we talking about the ancient aliens, the reptilians, crap? Okay, yeah. Or are we talking about the facts of our politicians? They're public record. They are public servants. These are not conspiracy theories, folks. These are the facts. Okay, whether you choose to accept them or not, they are the facts. A conspiracy theory, a theory is absent without hard evidence that can be proven by peer review. Me talking about a goddamn, I don't know, Anunnaki or some Egyptians or whatever crap. That's a conspiracy theory. Religion is a conspiracy theory. Let's keep it real. But that's a whole other subject. But me saying this politician does not have a black agenda and has voted or signed onto bills that negatively affected black folk for the most part. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact. Get over it. I don't care about your feelings. Be honest. So anyways, I don't want to talk about the politics too much. I'll say that for the next one. But what I did want to talk about is what my page is really going to be about going forward. A lot of engineering, a lot of nerd stuff, man. Like that's kind of what I do. Like I think people think that like all I do is like talk about politics and like, oh, you could do better if you motivational shit. Like I don't consider myself to be giving motivational stuff. I'm just talking about my experience. And if you can learn from it, if you're cool. If you're not, then okay. You know, don't cut my page. So, but with that, I wanted to talk about a former technology I'm very familiar with, former technology I've been working in for a little while now, and a former technology that I will likely be incorporating into my business going forward, and that is XR glasses and XR technology. For anyone who doesn't know, XR stands for extended reality. What extended reality is actually the space in between augmented reality and virtual reality. But I believe going forward, it's going to be playing a huge part of your everyday life, and I hope to be at the tip of the spear of it. But I'm leaving the link in the description from a site. It's actually from digitalbodies.net, and it's a story that they did a couple of months ago about XR glasses. I'm gonna share so you all can see it. Give me a second, and there you go. Right? So blow this up a little bit. This is an article I want to point to people, especially black folk, because y'all need to understand the technology waves that are going to be coming in the coming years. Okay, so I'm just going to read the first paragraph, two paragraphs. This is about Qualcomm's analysis of XR. I understand that they are spending billions of dollars. Qualcomm is a chipset manufacturer, and the CPUs they are implementing are the next generation of these XR glasses, and it's going to be pretty deep. This will be a field you can get in because okay, it's important to know that these types of technologies are for doing more than just like video games. Like you could do whatever you want. All right, we're talking about cutting Hollywood out of making CGI films or CGI period. You know, green screen. You could. This is how you're gonna do it. All right. So let me just read this first two paragraphs just to give you a taste of what's to come. All right. So everyone wants to know when AR mixed reality glasses will arrive. But you might want to set aside the guessing games and listen to Qualcomm. The massive chip maker already supplies most of the processors and software for our AR/VR headsets. They see XR viewers, what they call glasses that need to be tethered to a phone, arriving in 1 to 4 years, and full XR glasses arriving in 5 to 10 years. That means in the next 5 years, they're going to be having these devices. They're trying to put them into commonplace, so like more people will be able to actually have them. The way we think of cell phones is the way that they're going to be thinking about XR glasses and XR technology. Okay. So the forecast parallels recent predictions for Apple's AR mixed reality glasses. AR glasses from Cupertino will show up in 1 to 2 years, but will need to be tethered to an iPhone. Apple may have a powerful AR VR device in the works, but that's still a few years down the road. Okay. So they're heavily invested. It's talking about Qualcomm and Apple. Have we heard of Apple? Okay. So I actually wanted to focus on Okay, look at the viewers. Look at these things. Okay, so I'm very familiar with a couple of these. I've heard of InReal. I've obviously heard of the Magic Leap device. I've heard of the Oculus. I haven't heard of Opal. I'm not even gonna try any of these other ones, but those other ones I'm pretty well versed in. So yeah, okay. So to be sure, the real impact, I just hit my elbow, I'm sorry. The real impact of immersive tech will not be seen till AR glasses are commonplace, like I said. Like our smartphones today, buying tethered XR viewers for your students or employees is only a stock game measure. In some ways, this model works best in university and school settings where high-end devices can serve multiple users. Once we get past COVID-19, of course, skip a little past that. Okay. All right. And this was one I really want to get to. This is kind of the closing of it. Okay, so you can see the chart. You can see the 5G. They're going to be investing 5G to make the technology, especially for Wi-Fi and mobile access. They're going to be doing that. But this one is important. So a decade from now, another event could force us into an even more dire crisis. XR devices and 5G will be essential to learning and working in post-Zoom environment. Yes, that might be a term someday. But without 5G access or ability to buy HMD, a significant portion of the population will be left behind. Okay. You know. It's exciting to see standards announced and XR devices coming so quickly, but it's equally troubling not to see people thinking ahead to access the challenges we will confront. Once virtual worlds become ubiquitous, wearables and 5G will be as essential as electricity is today. Okay? Do you see what they just said? Okay? They're saying that XR devices are going to become as essential as electricity is today. These companies are investing billions, okay? They are investing billions of dollars. Okay, so it's like, these are the fields that we all need to be getting in. Honestly, these are the fields that we need to be getting in. Because, I mean, this digital revolution is coming, man. It's already here. I can't even say it's coming anymore. It's already here. So if you want to waste time, you know, doing what you do on the street, if you want to waste time in these jobs that are not sustainable, how many people lost their jobs? And I admit I'm one of them. But I have a skill set. My skill sets are highly translatable. How many people lost jobs who are investing in these disciplines that are quick but not sustainable? You know what I'm talking about. Doing hair. That's not sustainable. Doing nails, being a rapper, you know, being on streets, whatever. We are in the age where people coming from behind me do not need bachelor's degrees. I've said this before. Just Google, I believe Google and Facebook have now, in many cases, made it not a requirement for you to have a bachelor's degree to get a job, a programming job, because they have all their learning in-house. So they just have their courses in there. They hire someone, they train them up, and then you got the job. You're making buku money. Or you can start your own business and do what you want. But the point is, we should not be, and I use the term we loosely because that's on everyone else, because I know what I'm doing. But unfortunately, there are a lot of Black folk who think that you need to have all these degrees. And granted, I would say get degrees, that's on me. But if you really just want to break into the industry and go into it, man, I'm telling you, Udemy courses. Google has their own courses. Facebook has their own courses. Some of these courses are $10, $11, $12. I just got an Udemy C++ course. And that really helps you like building algorithms and it'll help you get past the interview. I'm not looking to interview for any jobs right now, but I know if I learn these things or refresh these things, I should say, it just makes me a better engineer and makes me better to able to work on products and deliver stuff. But you don't need to necessarily go to bachelor's degree route. Okay. Now, granted, again, like I said, I would prefer that you had a bachelor's degree once I start getting to the point where I'm able to hire. But if you got the skill set and you got the experience, if you got the drive, if you love the code, if you love we can work with you. You're very flexible, whether it's working remotely or working on location, which is going to happen less and less because of the COVID. Man, go for it. I hire somebody. Hell, shit. I will hire a dude fresh out of high school if I ever get to that point, when I get to that point. But if I will hire a guy fresh out of high school who just loves the code, has maybe built a couple of projects in high school, nothing super fancy, just to show that he knows, he's interested. And I'll teach you the rest. Period. I'll teach you the rest. Because I don't need you to go through all that stuff. I need you to get to work and get paid. Yes? So, that's my point of the whole show. Get your skill sets ready. Build something cool. That's my thing. Build something cool. Build something people will like. What did Ice Cube say? As long as it's dope, it don't matter. Black folk, we got the capabilities. Ain't got none but time. I mean, people lost their job. All you need is an internet connection and a computer. Excuse me. You don't even need that powerful of a computer. You really don't. A lot of this stuff is done in the cloud anyway, so it doesn't even use your computer's resources like that. So you can do all this stuff on the internet, man. You can go to the library, start studying. You spend $12 on a Udemy course. It's a lifetime course, whatever language you want, whatever you want to do. They have video game designing courses. They have data science designing courses, big data. That's on you. For the people who want to make something more than just hood shit, get in the technology, man, because that's what everybody else is doing. That's what we need. We need this. We need these skills. So that's the broadcast for today. I appreciate anybody dropping a like, dropping a comment. And hey, man, we on this journey together. Let's do it. Let's make some cool shit. Let's make some money. And let's do it. Let's live the life. All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good one. That's it.